Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Welcome to my channel, everybody. Pardon me. So I am currently working on my October Saturday series of video. This is video number 2, meaning it is geared towards the casual stamper. Now, a beginner card for me is usually just ink, stamp, and paper. A casual card, you step it up a notch, usually with some layering, a punch, or maybe a die. Today it's going to be dies. Some of you could call this more, a little bit more towards the avid side, but I would still call it casual. We are going to try to keep it simple, but we're going to be doing some stuff. I'm going to do some die cutting today on camera, yes. I've been doing a lot of that this month for this set. Pardon me, I'm sorry. It never fails. So, Grassy Grove made its way back to me today. Look, there it is. There she is. So we are concentrating for the month of October on the Grassy Grove bundle and the In the Grove bundle. This is no longer, of course, a bundle, but it was when I purchased it. See, right there. In the Grove was a gift from the beautiful Miss Lori. Thank you so much, because I am having just so much fun. So they do have dies. These are called the Grove dies, and this is In the Grove dies. So today we are going to be using the Grove dies that come with the Grassy Grove, just because we're using this element from Grassy Grove, these trees, and from this one we are going to be using the mountain scene. I'm trying to think if I'm using anything else. I don't think so, because we're using these trees instead of these. And for sentiments, I can't help it, but I'm going to bring back the lovely you. You know, sentiments are, for me, it's what suits you. And today's sentiment, where did it go? Did I even pull it out? I have Wildly Grapefruit, but that, it was just because I didn't pull it out yet. I bet it's still in here. Because the other day when I was making video number 1, I was like, just because I like it. Why? Just because I can. And so today we're doing that. We're going to do it. Why? Because we can. I have this. It's a cute little stamp set. It's, you could do heartfelt, would fit. But heartfelt, what? Heartfelt, we could do let's cheer you up, or smile. Smile is really cute. All right, just because, and then on the inside, I would love to do trust me. Oh, just because. I'm going to leave it blank. I'm going to do most of these. I think they're going to end up being blank. I'm just putting just because I can. Yes, okay. So that's my sentiment. So let's go over what you're going to need. This is going to be a skinny little slimline card. I already have one element stamped, and I need a second one. So I think you're going to see that one. I think we can do that. So this is one of those little standard envelopes that you can buy in any Walmart. It's not the long legal one. It's just the short standard one. And this measures 3 5/8 by 6 1/2. This is going to be in my neutrals. So my card base, I made it a little bigger this time than, what was it? 6 by 6. I did this 7 by 6 2/8, and then it is scored at 3 1/2. And let me show you. When you put it in there, I mean, that really, really fits. So it is 6 2/8 this way, 7 inches this way, and then it's scored at 3 1/2. So that is my card base. I'm going to set that aside. Layer number 1 is in crumb cake. This is 3 1/4 by 6. I'm going to set that aside. Then I have layer number 2 is 3 by 5 3/4. We are going to stamp on that, but I'm going to set that aside. Sorry, layer number 3 is down here. This is a piece that is 2 by 5 3/4. We're going to stamp the grass mound, and we are going to die cut this out. And a scrap piece, 1.5 at least by 3, and that is for these little trees. And I'm going to show you how I stamped and got the color on them, because I used pecan pie, some mossy meadow ink, and some garden green. And the pecan pie and garden green is from the Stampin' markers. All right. I think, oh, and I'm using this leftover little bit of ribbon, which is like 3/4 of an inch by 7. So I guess I should write that down in here. Ribbon. 3/4 of an inch by 7. And you're going to need some scrap piece for a circle if we decide to do a sun on here. I haven't decided yet. So I did a 3/4 inch circle punch. A die, a very small die would work just to make a stencil for our sun. And what else was I thinking of? Oh, we'll need a scrap piece of white. I'll get to that to stamp my sentiment. Though I might. This is what else. I thought I would just stamp the sentiment in the sky. That's what I was thinking. Anyways. So let's get started. And we are going to stamp. I have it right here. You can see what I was doing on scratch paper. This is the grass mound from Grassy Grove. Right here. So, did I clean it off? Looks like I cleaned it off. So let me show you. You're going to need a Q-tip. You can see one end already has it on there. So I'm going to use pecan pie. I'm going to ink it up. Let me set pecan pie away. Then I like to lick the Q-tip. You can do here. I can take it right off the condensation of my drink. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to wipe away. It's not going to clean it all the way. I just kind of roll the Q-tip up here. Then I'm also going to wipe away some little bits in here where I think I can do some little green bits to where it looks like maybe it has, you know, some little grass poking through. So then I took my marker. This is the garden green. If I had mossy meadow, I probably would, but I don't have a mossy meadow. And just use the meaty part of it. The tip, this is an old one. I mean, this is the first Stampin' marker in this color I had. I have yet to replace it. One day I'll get around to getting all new markers. So I'm going to do that. And then in these areas where I took some color off, maybe I'm just adding some little touches of green in there. That looks good. Now on this little 2 by 5 3/4 piece, I am going to stamp my mound. Now I want it down towards the bottom. Giving it a second. I want a really good inking. Look at that. It came out great. All right. So now I have my sponge dauber in pecan pie. Now I'm not going to re-ink this. I'm going to breathe hot breath on it. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to rub that sponge dauber. It just kind of reactivated all the ink that's on there. And I am going to add whatever ink is left on there. Might go all around it so that it doesn't have such stark white. Just breathing a little bit more. I don't want to go and re-ink it because I just don't want that dark, dark, dark. So there we have our grass mound. let me show you. Will that be big enough for my trees? Because I don't think, now that I'm thinking about it, oh, if I wanted to die cut it out, I could. So my little trees here. Now this is where I took Mossy Meadow. You can see the ink still on there. I took Mossy Meadow. Where's my Q-tip? I'm going to try just to use the same Q-tip. Now I'm going to run the Q-tip down basically the center of it. Try to take off some of that Mossy Meadow because you can kind of see the tree trunk in there, right? And yeah, it's going to take off more than I wanted. But I'm removing some of that Mossy Meadow to make room for the garden green. Oh, and the pecan pie. First, the pecan pie. Once again, I'm going to do my best to keep to the meaty section of the tip, which is really easy at the bottom. If you think you got green and stuff, which I know I did on my tip, I just wipe it off like that. Yes, I'm using the very tip. That's because this is flat. It's not got all the ridges, so that's okay. Just where it's all got all these ridges of the trees, you want to use the meaty section. And I'm just coming in and touching where I might have removed too much ink. Touching in there a little bit. I'm going to wipe that off. Now it's ready to stamp. You can breathe hot air on it again if you want to. Let's see which side. I think that will do. Give it a minute. I can even die cut this out if I want to. I could always have double. Oh, look at that. Great. Great, great, great. So now we bring the little mini machine in, and we're going to do some die cutting. We could even take this. Let's add a little pecan pie down there near the tree trunk. Just adding some so it's not so stark white. All right. Plates. We need the white plate, which is plate number 1, and the 2 clear plates. And I know this is really like close up and in your face. Sorry. So let's get it actually on a plate first, right? So there's that. This is the die that goes with it. I have, where did it go? It's on my desk. Little piece of washi tape. And I am going to set that like so. Now we're going to die cut. White plate first. Then the clear plate. Then we're going to offset these plates. I'm going to hold them up. Do you see that I have a space, space, space? That, guys, is going to make this so much easier on you. Just please trust me. It really does make a difference. It makes them go through so much easier. It just does. Okay, so here's one. Oh, we're going to have to snip it a little bit. So there. My daughter's dog just tried to eat a fly. Yes, I'm not kidding. So gross. So gross. I have 3 of the 4 dogs. My daughter's dog, Lucy, honestly, she lays right behind my chair. Right behind it. And she's only got 3 legs, and the one back leg that she does have is bad. It's not, you know. So I have to be careful when she decides to come out here. But she is a fly catcher, and she does catch them. They annoy her. She eats them. Hank will catch the flies live. He loves to catch them in windows and feed them to her. Grosses me out. Such a boy thing. Oh, maybe little girls. I just don't see girls wanting to catch a fly. Okay, so we offset my plates. I'm going to offset them again, making sure I got them quite offset. And it just goes through. All right. So I can close this up. And they snap, so I'm trying to be careful not to snap them. It scares my little chihuahua, my little TT. She'll run as if you beat her with it or something. She really, the snapping of those things just does her in. All right, so there's my tree. So now we have 2 sets. We'll see if we use both of them. All right, let's move on to, we need that scratch paper. And I wanted to tear this. You guys have seen me do this so much right here. So I am going to actually tear the green off. But what I'm looking, this is just going to be a guide for my mountain range. And all I'm going to do with this is move it out of the way. So that basically, my mountain range is going to be in basic gray because I'm trying to work with neutrals here. So here is my scratch paper, my mound, which you're going to see. This is it here, right? That's my mound. And I have trees I can put on this side, which may go, I don't know if we'll use both, but maybe behind it. And where's the other set? I have another set, right? Where did they go? All right. Well, if so, if we can't find them, we'd have one. And it will go over here because this is where I had it planned to go. Don't know where the other ones went to. All right. We'll figure it out in a minute. We're not going to like fuss over it. So right now we want our mountain range. So we want our mountain range. And I might have to bring this over much farther than I initially anticipated. You see, if I brought it here, there's a gap here where there's nothing. So I really wanted the mountain range like down in here. So that means I actually wanted it centered. We'll see. We'll make it work. I will figure something out. So bring this away, We're going to go for the center. I had to mount it diagonally, otherwise it would not fit. All right, we are going to go for it. We are going to put this where our mound is supposed to go. So I'm going to bring my mountain range like right in here and stamp, and I'm hoping that it's going to be perfect. Oh, that's probably going to be something I'm going to have to do to fill in a space. Ta-da! Okay, so we're going to continue this over to the side. So we need to ink this up. I don't know why that doesn't... This gray bothers me. I might be in need of a new gray pad. I could possibly maybe bring that other grassy... Oh, that's what I'm going to do. We'll bring the stamp pad from the stamp pad. The ink pad from... Ink pad. I cannot speak today. The stamp from In the Grove in, and we'll fill this area in. That's what we're going to do. So I just want to bring this right here, just to bring our mountain all the way across. Oh, there's our other set of trees. All right. So now oh, it's already mounted. I was like, I'm going to have to move a block, but I don't have to do anything. And I'm thinking, do I do like Mossy Meadow? But I have Garden Green, not Mossy Meadow. Mossy Meadow will not be a good choice to go along with the Garden Green. So I'm going to have to pull. Handsome Hunter is what's looking at me, but that's no longer a color. It's just one of my faves. So we're going to pull Garden Green out. Old. My original. All right. Now I'm going to turn this way because I really want this grass edge to get right up close on top of this mountain. So I'm going to like over stamp it. Please let that have gotten up there. Yes. See that? That's what I want. Yes. I don't have to go all the way to the bottom. I'm just covering up. Ooh. I stamped it this way instead of this way. I stamped it upside down. You really can't tell, but let's see if I do this. Let's do it this way because we need that grassy part up there. Yes. And then you see how like that's right here, this little section, the mound is going to show there. So we're just going to stamp this right there. Now, hopefully, our mound. Ooh, look at that. Almost looks like a little tree line back there. That is going to go gorgeous. Sometimes things just work out. Okay. But I'm thinking now we need this little stamp to stamp like down in here because we're going to make this a little, we're going to clip off these ends and trim it off a little bit. And to do that, I need a guillotine. I just want it to be straight. And I just know. I mean, I could round it, I guess, but okay, we could round it. That won't hurt it any. Then I won't have to worry about it being like... But see, I want it a little bit off of there, so we do need the guillotine. We're going to trim the bottom off some. Just a wee bit. We could pull it all the way over. Ooh, I do like that. I do like that. And then we have our trees here. And we could even do these in the background. I like that. Okay, so now we need to give it a sky. Because right now all we have is plain white. So what am I going to do for a sky? Well... did I bring out Misty Moonlight? No, but I meant to. It's still hanging around here. First things first is we are going to try using that sponge dauber technique by Hot Breath. We're going to try Night of Navy, and Lucy just tried to eat another fly. So, that's Night of Navy. That's pretty dark. Oh no, that's Misty Moonlight. Whoa. And this is Night of Navy. Ooh, big difference. We don't want that one. No. All right, let's see what else we got in the blues. Azure Afternoon. Coastal Cabana. Pacific Point. Bee Blue. Balmy Blue, maybe? I'm just looking for what's got ink on it. What would look good? Okay, so we need to decide. We're going to have trees. Let's get this one covered in some, like the other, because I like the look of that. Not so white. Here in Washington State, you could call it a wildfire sky. That's balmy blue. We could do Misty Moonlights. Do we do a sun or do we do the sentiment? Just because, let's see, I have to look at it, guys. I'm sorry. This is just how my mind works. We have our true... Oh, please don't believe that be an ink, but see, just because would fit. Here's our mound. We're going to have, this ribbon may not really suit that. We might have to do a really thin piece of this. Might have to trim that down. I think just because could go right here and we could do a sun right there. So our little stencil, we're going to do a sun, and I'm not even going to bother to grab a color. We're just going to grab crushed curry like we did on the last one. Hot breath. Oh yeah. Oh, so cool. So cool. So cool. Now I have a blending brush. We can try a combination of things. I feel like there's a print on there from something. Okay. This is just a blue blending brush. And there is something getting all over that. And it's from here. From me, I don't know. Might have to go with a darker sky than what I originally wanted. Because I do not now know what is all over there. Oh, I know what it is. It's from the basic gray. That's what it's from. It's from the ink's not dry. I think there's something wrong with my basic gray pad. I don't think I'm going to throw that pad away. I think I need to order a new one. We're going to let it, we're going to hopefully, but it's from this. So there's something wrong with that pad. All right. Let's hope we can save this. I don't want to have to stop and redo all this, but there's something wrong with this ink. I think we're going to blend. I think we're going to tap some Misty Moonlight. There were so many choices we could do. Let's get rid of that. I think it's coming from that paper. Okay. I can't save this. This ink is smearing. Do you see that? Yeah, that's the ink. There's no saving this. And we're 29 minutes in. We can do this. I don't have to I just have to recut a piece of this. Sorry. That ink is not good. So wherever this pad is, this is now garbage. That pad cannot be saved. We're going to have to go with like smoky slate. I have a wee little ones, but that basic gray cannot be saved. That ink is bad. And I'm going to throw my re-inker away as well. I don't know if it's the pad or the re-inker, but that's bad. So let me clean this off. And we will cut a new piece because I have all of this stuff ready and I know what I'm doing. But I cannot save. That can't be saved. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. That could not be saved. So basic gray. They're just, there's no saving that. So this was 3 by 5 3/4. Five and 3/4 by 3. And we're going to start again by using the mountain in Smoky Slate this time. All right, so it's okay where I stamp it because I know I'm going to fill it in. So we're just going to go like right here. And then I need that little portion done up so I can stamp right there. And then I need just a little bit of that end to stamp right there. All right, next we're going to do our garden green. So this is done. Like I said, my apologies, but I could not. You can see how like this is now dry. This will not smear. That other one, I don't know what's up with. I need to write down. Next order, new basic gray ink pad. There are some things you have to do, some things that are luxuries. I need a new basic gray ink pad. There we go. Then this time we won't stamp it upside down, right? I guess I can just go ahead and do a whole nother line all the way to the bottom. All right. Our sun. Where's my little stencil? Crushed curry. Hot breath. No need to re-ink it. There we go. And then let's go ahead and add some blue to this. Got a little too much going on over there. Let's bring in Misty Moonlight Sponge Dauber. I'm gonna bring some closer to the mountain range. I honestly think the Sponge Dauber works best here. I think this got a little bit of that gray on it. That needs to go into the house to get cleaned. All right, so next we're going to stamp, and now I'm wondering what color I stamp with. There's our mound. Oh, that's a beautiful scene. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful scene. And our sentiment, just because, maybe I stamp it right like that, just because. And I'm going to do it in pecan pie. I know I have crumb cake, but we are going to do just because. Let's move that out of the way so it doesn't hit it. That's cool. All right, now we have it, right? We have it together. We need our card elements again to put this all together. So this one, and we are going to put it, do I do strips of paper or do I do dimensionals? Part of me is saying strips of paper for that, but we'll have to see in a minute. So it's on craft. It's on crumb cake, not craft. Even that without the trees is so cool looking. But I think this set of trees is going to be behind it. Let's get this onto its card. We'll go ahead and use dimensionals, right? Part of me really doesn't want to. Okay, that part is stronger than the part that says dimensionals. The part of me that's like, no, use your strips of paper. You have so many. So guys, I'm going to go with what I feel like doing all these little like strips here. I know some of you guys think she is absolutely Looney Tunes over those strips of paper, but guys, when you get so many and you really need to like use them up, this helps. This is a helpful, useful bit for these little pieces. It just is. And it doesn't need too much dimension on it. Just enough. Yes. So where's my last little thing of trees here? So I know I want this one in the front. The reason why I wanted to put it on the card base is I want to put the trees to hang off of the crumb cake. I think. Okay, so this one's going to go behind. It's got to go just enough like so. This one's going to go in front so we can glue this piece down. Oh, should I put... Okay, my little strip here. Those, do you see these? They are longer than what they should be. So the other night, guys, my daughter contacts my husband. I must have been doing a recording because my phone doesn't ring when I do a video. And as soon as I'm done, I look at my text and I see that she tried to call me. I'm like, oh. So I go in and she had texted me. She's like, Pee-wee says that Hank can't use his helmet unless you have proof that we bought his helmet a year ago. So I go to get my husband to work on that because I know he has to have the invoice or something because we bought it. He bought it online. Because we went into Dick's, we got a white one, had to return the white one because they said, no, he can't have a white one. He needs, a black one to match everybody else's. But they didn't have a helmet that would fit him. So this is going to need some little strips here. Anyway, so he finds it, and so he sends it to my email. And Hank and I went to the library before practice, and I had to print it out. I printed out 5 of them. So that proves that his helmet has only been in use for 1 year. Technically 3 months. But his helmet was made in 2022, but it wasn't sold and it wasn't used until 2023. And they checked these things for games. Yes, they're really good about that. I will say that. So, told them, yeah, we will get you what you need. So next year we know that, we have to get another helmet for Mr. Hank. I think this one, we're going to bring it all the way down. That one's there, but I think this one we can bring it all the way down. So anyways, Hank was just like, can I go here? Can I go here? I was like, no, this is going to take 2 seconds. I was just using the computer right at the printer there. We don't need to go far, Hank, at all. So do I almost, guys, the ribbon, it really doesn't need it at all. I mean, part of me wants to add a little tiny strip, but then the other part says, no, it doesn't need it. So there it is. Really, really cool looking card. No, we're not going to keep adding and adding and adding to this. We're not going to do that. But we are going to stamp on our envelope. So I think we're going to do the trees again. So let's go ahead, and we did Mossy Meadow. And then, no, I need a new Q-tip. That's okay. I got plenty of Q-tips, right? I have a little purple container that didn't fit in my drawer that I got at the dollar store, crayon container. Wiping it on my drink over there. Ooh, that took off quite a bit there. All right, so pecan pie. And just straight down. I don't want to get the pecan pie on those limbs because they'll tear up my marker. This one has more green on it. Wipe that off. And then fill it in with this one. All right, huff on it a little bit. Oh, so cool. And I think we're just going to do it one more time. Or do I do the mountains? I've been doing the mountains on the back. I just can't help it. So, smoky slate. Smoky slate for the Smoky Mountains, right? There. You guys won't be seeing that basic gray craft pad of mine until I get a new one in. So there's that one just because, and I wonder if I can add another sentiment. I wonder if I can just add smile just because I want to. Why? Because I can. And whoever gets this, I want them to smile. And we're going to do this in pecan pie, which is right there. We're just going to put smile. And of course, I know that this one's a long one because I had to recut for this. But we can do the white part of the mountain like the sun is making it glisten. Just on the green parts. Dab a little wink of Stella. But here is my card for video number 2. Yes, I still think this is a casual card. It's just stamping. We die cut instead of punched. And we had to do something twice. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes. Found out my basic gray ink pad is bad. Hope you guys like this one. It's a beautiful scenic stamp. It makes that mountain. This mountain is absolutely beautiful. So thanks you guys so much for hanging with me and watching. I appreciate it so much. And I invite you to come back and visit me again in my wonderland. Bye bye for now, everybody.